Hello, everybody out there in the Poetry Corner universe. Here we are, another Tuesday night Poetry Corner.
Yes,
we
indeed.
have my co-host, Sister Monet. We also have two nice guests here who are going to be spitting that dope poetry. Coach Josh Smalls and the versatile Vix. How y'all doing tonight?
Good.
I'm good money, family. Happy to be here, man. It's
all
honor
right
for having us for your platform.
No doubt, man. Glad y'all could be here. You know what I mean? So all y'all out in the Poetry Corner universe, click like and subscribe to the channel so y'all can get all the dope notifications on all the shows. So we here tonight talking about live life.
Yes, indeed.
Living life. How y'all feel about that?
Gotta live it to the fullest.
Yeah.
Always.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've had several moons on this planet. You know what I'm saying? And life don't stop. And so, it's just a matter of how heavy your foot is on that gas pedal. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you got to ease it up. Sometimes you got to just go and get it. You know, in New Yorkers, they say we aggressive drivers. So sometimes you got to be a little aggressive.
Probably aggressive walkers too. You know that foot game is crazy.
Crazy.
Like March of the Wooden Soldiers on that. Word. But look, let's get into this whole thing right now. Right now, we have Coach Smalls and we have Versatile Vixen. Being that Coach Smalls been here before. Versatile Vixen, why don't you let everybody know who you are, where you from, and what you got going on?
All right. So, as you said, I'm the Versatile Vixen here from Atlanta, Georgia. I'm a spoken word artist and page poet. I've been writing since I was in high school. I am published in an LGBT anthology, but I'm currently working on my own book called My Heart on Display, which is going to be out this year. I'm a host on Writeaholics every first and third Friday on Instagram. That's where most of my work is, that you can follow me on there. It's _versatile_vixen on Instagram, and catch me out here in Atlanta on the stages, basically.
All right. That's peace. That's peace. Well, Versatile Vixen, you got some poetry for us tonight?
I do. I'll start off with this one. I wrote this one earlier this year. I think it was like March, when they had that massive school shooting. So it's called Number 27.
Okay. The mic is yours.
Thank you. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. I wish those words were true as I pull up to the staff entrance of my school, endlessly scrolling through social media posts as the local radio station hosts are discussing yesterday's tragedies. Another notch in America's belt of killing sprees. Why is it that this country is so pro-life but thinks easy access to military weapons are a necessity? Something our own police force doesn't even carry. We take away funding from education and mental health, the two things America should be focused on the most. But instead, we sit back and watch the two collide, then have the audacity to boast that America is so great, when all I see is a country full of hate. At 7:50 a.m., I stare at the faces of the 19 children we just lost. Innocent, smiling, little ones, unknowing that their lives are the cost to our freedom. But are we really free? When we navigate these school hallways in fear, hunkered down in dark classroom corners while trying to keep students quiet, patiently awaiting the all clear of a lockdown drill. Or is it? 27 school shootings this year, and it's only the month of May. Over 300 school shootings total. How much longer will we allow these bullets to spray? I'm so sick of society sprinkling thoughts and prayers on people's deaths, then turning to look the other way. Why do we continue this cycle of insanity? What the fuck else do us peaceful people have to say? An assault rifle does not belong in the hands of a civilian, and you can't tell me anything to make me think otherwise. If there's one thing I know for sure, it's that I won't sit silently waiting for these sick people with guns to take the next innocent lives. I want action, Congress, and I want it now. I don't care what's done and I don't care how, but we've got to do something. Because these deaths we can't continue to allow. I've read comments like, the school should have had better security. And to me, that sounds an awful lot like telling a woman who was raped that she shouldn't have worn that outfit or acted so flirty. Why are we so quick to victim shame? Why can't we look in the mirror as a country and see that we are the ones to blame? As children are blown away by an AK literally shot in the face on a Tuesday, Trump and the GOP monsters plan to attend an NRA event that Friday, banning guns at the event. Imagine that. When you ask, what can society do? We have the power to make change. When it comes time to vote in the local elections, please show up at your designated polling place. And that's that piece.
Wow.
That was strong and powerful.
All the
I love that
above,
piece.
yes.
Yeah.
True indeed. Thank you for that.
You're
All
welcome.
right, Coach Josh Smalls, you in the building?
All right, let me see. So I'm gonna do this piece since we just celebrated the holiday yesterday, and it's a new piece, so I'm like the way it sounds coming off so far. So I'm working on it. Okay, where we at? I've learned there are 128 shades of brown: cedar, chocolate, walnut, coffee. So many names. I seemed to lose myself on that day. Felt like Father Time had my number already on speed dial, and like most days, work had already claimed my schedule. Screamed my name while standing in the doorway. It was the sweet sound that relaxed me. Didn't remind me of yesterday, nor the last time somebody's taste buds didn't like my skin, or the first time I heard a young king standing before a crowd. Weapon with the heaviest weighted voice, and the faith in the God himself had honored thy steps. And in the moment, I thought about his struggles. All those challenges, they led him to sleepless nights and the bullet rounds that eventually told his body to stand up against all fears. And whether he believed it was his last day or not, he wore a pair of shoes too rounded for someone else's toe print. I like to think that God's breath manned his ink pens on those days. And somehow every word had already swelled against his writing tablet. I've always seen the sun when I heard his speeches. Heard the Atlantic Ocean quiet itself as he fastened his tie. I've learned there are 128 hues of brown known to man. Colors like penny, umber, mocha, gingerbread. It's funny. It's funny how America never mentioned one. Always chose the N word like it made it seem more pretty. Not cinnamon, not wood. Carob probably gave it just a little too much flavor, and the color of syrup probably just didn't lay right. There was a magic in this bronzed man. Love lacquered from the laugh in his left cheek to the crease in his right lapel, a crown on his head that carried us to a dream of this better tomorrow. And a gift of knowing a king once lived with his heart so full of each and every one of us. Brown, walnut, pecan, peanut, all different shades of the same hue, and the mirror of love for a man who stood amongst so many men, and we call him King.
Beautiful, beautiful.
All right, brother. All right.
Yes.
Touchdown, touchdown. I mean, so
Great.
Monet.
Okay. We're gonna ask Coach where we could find him.
So good. That's a very good question. I am Josh Smalls on everything except Instagram. I'm Coach Josh Smalls. Very Google friendly. If you put Josh Smalls or Coach Josh Smalls, it's easy to find me on there. I kind of tell people that because it makes it a little easier to find me instead of trying to spell it. But it's easy. I'm pretty easy to find.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I am Sister Testimony, and I'm going to read a piece called "Don't Look Back." You look at me if I want to go back. Please, let's not do that. Going back to those times where it was hard and filled with strife, people running around faking to live a Christ like life. You ask me if I want to go back to sorrow and frustration. Nah, you can have that. Not looking forward to the day of rest because people letting Satan use them to cause a lot of unnecessary stress. Not having a sweet hour of prayer because of those being selfish and they didn't care. I'm sorry. Please, the things that went down, you thought that you were clowning around and playing games. God, they think it's a game of truth and dare. So don't you ask me if I care. I don't want to go back to that. But since I reflected, let me tell you a few inspirations that were rejected through all of that drew me closer to Him and taught me how to love them, even though they despitefully used me. I learned that fasting and praying does cause the enemy to flee, especially when God says, enough is enough, back away from thee. Through all that, I began to bond with my family, even though they were not blood, but they were the blood of Christ. So I asked you, and I asked myself twice, do I want to go back? No, I don't want to look back. I thank God. Now you can run and tell that.
All right, Sister Monet. we getting down tonight. We getting down. Welcome,
Mhm.
Valerie.
Hi, thank you.
Yes.
Sorry
What
I'm
up?
running behind.
Nah, don't worry about it. We good. You know what I mean? Glad you can make it though. You know what I mean?
Thank you. I just finished another show where I was interviewed, so I got here as quick as I could.
It's cool. Glad you're here.
Thank you.
This
Yes.
this piece I'm about to recite is called Already. Come take a ride with the guy with paranormal eyes, who see inside the unknown from words in the sky. Spirit once cracked by evil, malicious adults. Reinvented my life force, and now I'm built like the Hulk. Vessel more solid and polished, withstanding anything. Disappeared, came back as king, and now watch what I bring. Not only on tables because my presence is felt. Limited amount of help, I'll have ancestral power belts. I days and elecades, I move through realms of yesterdays. All that I display are from images from a sensei. Mental muscle acquired from the source of all living. Took my time, was forgiven, but I won't be forgetting. Many just be sitting while I pay close attention. Spiritually ascending, reaching high tier dimensions. Just know that I flow amongst the masses, no classes. With or without glasses, my sight is beyond flashes. King. Thank you.
Very powerful.
Yes.
All right, Val, you came right in town.
Yeah.
It's on you.
Great. Okay. Well, since I'm running behind, I'm just going to start the way I would. Welcome, everybody. the versatile Vixen and Coach Joss Smalls. It is so wonderful to have you here. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you. And to everybody out in the poetry community here on YouTube, I would like to welcome you to like and subscribe to our channel. Hit that notification bell so that you get notified of all of the shows that we have going on this channel. There are an awful lot of them, and so we wouldn't want you to miss any. As well, we also have pop-up shows, so you get notified of them. Thank you. I'm Valerie Lorraine. I'm a 3-time author. This piece that I'm going to read is from one of my newest releases. It is called My Life Untitled, and this is called Isolated. It is leaving your soul, quiet, isolated, and so cold. Barren lands starving, once lush flora-filled gardens, an empty, austere skyline. Instead of pallet-filled skyscrapes as the sun to the sea declines, desolate walls, no art. We fell apart. How did this ending start? Rumbled ruins, once wholly angled pyramids built for worship uses, holding the living, but instead dead, wrapped in essence as starless, moonless nights negrescent, swaddled in gold, tombs dredged open, soon told, my palpitating head. It's all about what's never said, the mocking bird never heard, the blooming trees dropped its leaves, kneeling prayers, more a mockery of failed dares. She stares off into space, her mind a lace, hoping for a different place, an unfinished poem, sentences broken and stolen, and there is time to bide, standing off to the side, never bought into the center, no truth to canter, head bound down, crashing crown to the ground.
There you go, right there. There it is.
Indeed.
All right.
Sweet.
So we return back with the versatile Vixen.
Okay. Since yesterday was MLK Day and I did this piece, Valerie heard it. This is what caused her to make me come here. So this one's called Betrayed. As a white person, I feel betrayed by my own country. Put blinders on my eyes, earplugs in my ears, can't see or hear the nasty history. So many years left in the damn dark. Why is it that while in college in my mid-30s, I'm just seeing the lights, and now you want to try to silence me? Well, try as you might, you can't and you won't. You don't want us to talk about it publicly, but this shit needs to be taught, and if not in school, then I'll teach the adults. See, as a kid, I was honestly too young to understand what little whitewashed version of history they fed us by hand. I've always grown up to love everyone. Didn't openly notice much racism because I was in a bubble and very naive. But when I started dating outside of my race in my early 30s, I began to learn things quickly. I ventured out blindly into the unknown, learning about other people's cultures, and that's where I started to grow, listening to their stories, struggles, and their fears. By me, they were met with hugs while wiping away tears, but I could see other white folks turning the opposite way. Yeah, these discussions are mad uncomfortable, but we need to listen to what people of color have to say, and no, it's not their job to educate the white race. But speaking as a white woman who wants to learn more, you have to know what to truly look for, because a simple Google search will only get you so far. It won't tell you about Tulsa, redlining, Elmer Bowling, or Larry Payne. Why? Because white supremacy runs deep in America's veins, and they don't want us to know because the truth will piss us off. And then what will the government do in a nest full of angry wasps? It was once said in a documentary I watched, those who control the past control the future. And ignorance is not bliss because it allows a false history to thrive. Well, baby, I'm here to tell you that I refuse to stay dumb and blind. I'll continue educating myself while actively fighting beside you until the day I die. And we may never reach true freedom or equality in this country, but at least I can say I gave it my all and I tried. And that's that piece.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely,
That's
definitely.
Yes.
That's that
Wow.
ish.
incredible.
Thank you.
Indeed.
That was beautiful.
Wonderful.
Oh, man.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. Coach Ja.
Coach Ja, here we
Oh,
go.
hold on a sec, Coach. I had a mind blank. Had a question for Versatile. How's the poetry scene in Atlanta?
It's popping here. Oh my gosh. We have an open mic just about every night of the week. Like, it's insane. And there's all kinds. It don't matter if you want just regular lovey-dovey poetry, you want a slam, you want an erotic only event. Like, it's all here.
All right, you're gonna have to give me some info on that if you don't mind.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I'll be hitting back to ATL soon.
Yeah, I mean, I literally every night there's something to do.
Okay,
Wow.
that's what's up. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. All right, back to you, Coach Smalls.
All right.
My apologies.
Oh no. You good. Let's see. A metaphor is a phrase used to describe an object or an action that doesn't necessarily picture things the same. So when I say she loved me like rain and planted seeds in the spring, that means she saw enough in me to follow my lead. And the only promise was we would become a new thing. So when I say at 15, she said my name held a gold strip attached to an address I couldn't call my own. That means her home had a space with my name on it. It means I was good enough for sexual favors, but not worthy of a saving grace. It means she could handle me as a man, but couldn't handle me being her man. You see, metaphors oftentimes nicely decorate what we're trying to say. So when I say to my son that I love you, it means that age has placed you older, and handcuffing me to your mother's promises is wrong. My son, I never left you. She just never brought you back to me. When I say I think of you every night, what I'm saying is insomnia has my name tattooed on its arm. It means the only bling I own is a crown of depression. It means every time you run away from me, son, you shatter pieces of me I cannot get back. It means we share the same pain. So hating me is like hating yourself. I am the same face in your mirror. Nothing says struggle like losing the connection with your firstborn son. It means that you can try to scratch me from your memory, son, but you can never scratch me from your DNA. So don't say I left you. Never say I abandoned you. Always ask me first. Do not ask me to pretend I don't know you. There's no journey too far for me to reach for you. I will rescue you if you call. If you reach one hand, I will give you my right arm. I will chew my left leg off to make sure you have the balance you need to make it through a day. You see, metaphors don't always say everything you needed to say, but dear son, when I say I love you, sometimes it's just the perfect thing to say. But every time, it only means that I love you, son.
Oh,
Wow.
Fantastic. Only the way Coach Ja can do it.
That was beautiful.
yeah, that was blessed. That was blessed.
Yeah,
Word up.
give me a tissue.
Right?
Right?
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Hey, that was definitely on point, man. Word
Appreciate
up.
it, bro.
All right. Sister Monet.
Okay, this one is untitled. All right. Please understand, I'm here and my heart is pure. It's not my intention to come off insecure. However, some of the things that I've gone through, one should never have to endure. Yet here I stand before you, letting go of bitterness and striving to release the resentment. It's my desire to wipe off the scale of hate and embrace a new slate. While understanding the Bible states that our sins are ever before me, it's my goal to love you the way that God loves me, and that's with new mercies. It's not my goal to leave, as the Bible instructs me to cleave. So please believe these words I want you to hear, comprehend, and receive. I am your wife, and I should be honored as such. It's my plan to teach you how to make me twiggle with every touch. I'm your wife, and I should be who you desire. It's my plan to teach you how to ignite that intimate fire. So you're going to start something, and I'm going to forewarn you now. It's going to get hot in here. And the fire alarms, you better not fear. See, I'm your wife, and I could teach you a lot of things. But my question is, do you want to be the student or the teacher? This level of intimacy is going to cause you to be transparent and open, trustworthy, and not withholding the truth. So here we are. You're the husband, and I'm the wife. So what's the plan to get our life? Hmm. So I'm your wife, and I desire your undivided attention. When we're not parenting, it's my plan to make you yearn and to make me always be with you.
Beautiful.
All right.
Nice ending.
I wish I could rhyme. I can't. I don't rhyme no more. I don't know what happened. It disappeared, and I can't do it anymore.
I got some that don't. I have a few that
Don't stop the
don't
rhyme,
rhyme.
because once you stop it, you can't go back. Trust me, it's hard.
Hard, right?
It's all right.
True
Because
facts. True
it's
facts.
all types of poetry out there. Some rhyme, some don't, and
Mm-hmm.
some just go right for the gut punch, and it doesn't have to have all of that.
Yeah. It's just the
Yes,
dynamics.
indeed.
All right. This piece right here is called Taken for Granted. Only ones that see it coming are the true born seekers. Hear the word from the speakers of leaders that are featured. Accommodation is made when you engage in what they say. There's no time to play. Where we live is not safe. Too much politics on the laws passed and changing. Next level gaming. We need futuristic training. Backs need watching. Our minds need better learning. Flip a coin on what's turning as the sun keep burning. Earth need assistance. What happened to the fighters? Probably being held back by the government liars. Paperwork lost in a system that's still damaged. Big Brother got cameras connected to global scanners. Downloaded in my physical is a deep version of manners. Soon as I hang up a banner projected with new grammar, it won't take a toll on forces that are united. Whether you hate it or love it, don't matter, you'll like it. King.
I love that ending.
Yes.
Yeah, I wasn't
Thank
expecting
you.
that ending. No doubt. No doubt. No doubt.
Yeah,
Thanks, I appreciate that.
It's the
indeed.
way to tie it up.
Hmm.
All right, Valerie.
All right. Well, I chose this piece. It's called Deep. You carved your name so deep on my body that it etched into my bones. I traced the braille scars for my heart to read. The slice was painless. What afflicted me was your eyes searching my brokenness, knowing me in ways that fractured me to vulnerability. But you held those places, honoring my battles, cradling my sins, closing in on me, whispering, "Love wins." Your words were free. Your actions demanded payment. When you asked me to abandon my munitions, I took ease in laying my shield at your feet. My words were softly delivered. What was mine is now yours. I entrust it all to you. From now on, my love is your weapon.
Yes,
All right.
Wow.
indeed.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was like a
Okay, I see
that was
what you
like a
did there.
flower.
Okay.
That was like a flower growing up out of the water. I mean, something special,
Something
nice,
special.
special and nice. Don't forget about the nice part.
Always nice. Thank you.
Hey, that's what's up. Well, versatile Vixen, I have a question for you.
Go
I'm
ahead.
not picking on you. I just got a question. Oh, how do you feel about art imitating life or life imitating art?
Mm,
Mm.
mm. I think art imitates life. I mean, especially when it comes to poetry, like all of my everything that I write is literally something that I've experienced in life. Honestly, like it just is, and so
Okay.
I pull from experience with everything that I do, even with painting.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there's no real accurate answer, so it's
Mm-mm.
just an open field of suggestion, Q&A. So I'm gonna revert this question back to Coach Smalls.
I don't know. I don't think life itself is art, right? Like everybody's sculpted in a unique version of them.
Mm.
And so even though you produce children, they're not exactly you. That's a whole new you know what I mean? So I think art, there's nothing that art isn't in. There's nothing that doesn't fall into that category. It doesn't even matter because I've seen some ugly masterpieces that go for millions and millions of dollars. And you see some beautiful things that people's like, I wouldn't give that, you know what I mean? Like I wouldn't even burn that. It's not worth the fire. So, I think everything, life itself is actually is art. Just my opinion.
Okay.
I agree. I agree.
All right. Sister Monet.
I there's a lot. There's a lot, with the fact that we do poetry, us all being wordsmiths, making that art. And, with me, I do photography. So it's literally capturing life. And that is an art in itself, like Versatile said, with her painting. All of it is, culminated into art, and it's life. And I love it. I love it all.
All right. That's
What
what's
about you?
oh, me? Oh,
Yes, sir.
thought I could skate off on that one, but
Absolutely not.
I know I always get caught. No, I feel like when I write my poetry, I feel like a narrator in the streets. You know what I mean? You see what you saw, and you seek, you find, and that's how I write my stuff. So I feel both ways. I feel like art can imitate life, and life can imitate, what I'm saying, art. That's just how I see it. Because if you look at TV, a lot of times you see the things that's going on. Some of the things already been activated out in the world in society. You know what I mean? And sometimes society watch what they see on TV and reenact all of that. You know what I mean? So there's no real true answer, but the answer we give is the answer that is. You know what I mean? So yeah, let me see. If all had one poem that describes you, what poem is it? Can we hear? What you think about that, Val?
All right, I got this one. I'm excited that you handed
Yeah,
it over to me
of
because
course I want that. This is your specialty.
thank you. First off, I would like to thank our producer, Quentin Ford. That's who's posing the question. He's behind the scenes, and he is what makes the show come off seamlessly. And without him, we would be nothing. So thank you, Quentin. He is asking if you all have one poem that would describe you. What is it, and can we hear it? So on this next round, if you have a statement piece, it would be wonderful to hear it. I think we all, as poets, eventually get to that statement, personal piece. And it speaks so much to who we are and what we're about. So it's very exciting to hear it. I don't know where we are on the rounds because
Yeah, I know.
I didn't start it.
I lost space too. I think we was back with Coach
Okay.
because Miss Vixen, she went and then I asked the question.
That question is very interesting that he's placed it then because I'm just going through my life with things that I work on now. I'm in every poem that I have. It's something personal, and even if it's not about me. But I pulled this poem up was from a writing prompt, and I think it fits in this moment because I'm reminding the path that I walked through just recently. While this poem makes so much sense, so thanks for the question, and that makes this poem perfect for now. You've whispered to me softly, most times around my darkest moments, when light has left me solo and thoughts stand unleashed. Seems my spirit bends when you call. My ears have but one master, heartbeats whenever you enter my space. But it's different, like the business end of a handgun, explosion, life altering yet unavoidable. Your control keeps me safe and wanted, and lied to and unprotected with a bullseye as a middle name. I'm trapped like an eclair between your glaze, locked in harmony of your visions. You've owned me since, imprisoned me to a vocal texture I cannot avoid, fine tune my own your ownership across my ceiling. There is no me without you, no breath without your presence. I dance to your song, to your beats, the only ballad made to serenade me past my guilty pleasures. When they ask me, where is the love? I point to you. Fix my transitions to your dial tone. There's no mountaintop or valley present, stairways that only lead to you. And I know the one you've paved and yellow bricked in a garden you painted just for me. Most people only see words. Some run because they can, others blindfold themselves in safe havens. I have yet to know this strength. Struggle with bedtime stories you've authored in my downtime, and apparently I'm stuck, cemented in the vast of your victory. You've mastered my movements once again. So I guess I owe you everything, even though you give me nothing. There's only one more thing to say, and that is I love you now and always have. I'm your humble servant, and this is my love affair with you, depression.
Wow. Man.
Now listen, if that wasn't
Tight, bro.
enough of an incredible poem with the surprise ending, but let me
Yes.
just say that voice was
Indeed.
like a pillow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was great, bro.
Yes.
True facts.
All in.
All right, Sister Monet.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna follow Ja right now. This one doesn't rhyme. This is a part of my series. Here we go. Hopefully I don't trip up and get too emotional on this one. I'm gonna dive in. To the family, I want to say my final goodbyes before I exit this life as his wife. You all have been good to me, and I thank you all as I prepare to exit this life. I can only trust God that you will continue to be in my daughter's life, as she'll need a lot of female support as I transition to a single mother. This is my final goodbyes, and there will be minimal to no contact. Your family representative, who was once my everything, once my husband, is no longer present and is also dying. We are no longer, we are no longer him or me. We're no longer we. We are no longer friends. We are no longer lovers. Yet he's come to the conclusion that this is the death of a marriage. I lost my voice from screaming for help as my body was breaking down. I lost my hair stressing about how I can prepare myself for the inevitable. I lost my will to breathe because of him. My other lung collapsed and is unwilling to function together. Oh my God, I can't breathe. I'm going to sign a DNR. Please don't attempt to resuscitate me. And this tired body of marriage. Just let it die. Just let the flatline ring to set in that the fact that I'm gone. It's been 5 years of the body of marriage breaking down. I can't continue to put my body through this. The cancer of infidelity has ridden my body with excruciating pain. The disease of blame has broken every bone in my body. My limbs have been amputated. And since I can't walk away and what is left isn't functioning, they've taken my liver because I can't break down all the lies I've been fed. They've taken my tonsils and it hurts to swallow the truth that it's over. What is left of me is my heart and my mind, which is overcompensating and failing. I'm having a major heart attack and a brain aneurysm. Doc, what's the time of death? 10:39 p.m. She's gone. Final goodbyes.
All right.
That was some powerful stuff right
Yeah,
there.
it definitely was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you intended, it was received. Incredible.
I've got nothing to say. Just take me off the screen. I'm just.
Oh, stop it. I'm humbled. I'm humbled.
It was very. All right. Hopefully, I can do good following that piece. I mean, this piece is titled "Day I Die." Hopefully, my last days raise a brow for all I did, through all the books that I gave to the world through my gift, God-given talent to express what my eyes see, even my locked-in emotions that I allowed to be free. Working amongst those who battle their own demons, I saw many different people scheming, changing off season. My acceptance of the beacon of light shaped my life. The messenger from God's divine creation shine bright. Prayers in the dawn, making prayer before I sleep. There's another way to make sure I speak before I leave. Actions show better than words heard from mouths. Whenever in doubt, find the truth through other routes. King. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
The
That was
pulse
good.
makes you feel good.
That was the way to do it.
All right. Wow.
Well, I'm going to step back in and thank everybody for joining the show. I'm also going to thank them if they took the time to watch this on replay. I know I've seen a lot of comments come up in support of the poets here, and we appreciate that. Make sure that you hit like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you get notified of all the shows that we have, including our pop-ups. And we are also on Facebook under the Poetry Corner. If you are a poetry lover, you are going to be thrilled with the multitude of talent that we have that posts to our page daily. And if you are a poet, we welcome you to join hassle-free, where you can post your events, your books, just your poetry, and meet a lot of like-minded other poets. This is a poem that I wrote based on a prompt from Darkman Blues, for those of you who know him. And we're having a discussion on a live where he was my guest, and he was talking about how he enjoyed spending time with people's poetry so he could become that poem. And so we used that as a prompt, and this is my version of that prompt, also giving a nod to my pen name. This is Become That Poem. I became the words, watching the cursive swirl, staining white paper, birthing life into ego, momentum of joy, pausing so I could breathe new life, renewed spirit, freshly applied to places where I died. Purposefully, you remained the sinner, the fictional novel wrapping me in your pages. I became that non-fictional poem full of heaven and ink. and lived in each syllable, forever hanging on the excited verse forthcoming, envious of each line I created via past tense happenstance. I became emotion, awareness, eliciting my purpose. I became that poem. pleasantly unaware that I was creating epitaphs. Possibly I would not have gave so much or engulfed myself so deeply that I could never escape the bound covers. This is where I exist, knowing that my story lies in the deceit of you, the naivety of me. You are bankrupt of loyalty, and I bountifully rich in love. You, coins you dropped while you pocketed pennies. I prefer to float in the womb of that love poem I created, safely secure from your reach, in ballads rich with my pure essence, reading past tense references, your willingness to take succulents for granted, assuming angels flutter for your existence. Ye are gods, powerfully you merged war. Love full of mercy and compassion has no deed for your beast. I became that poem, where a lure is enticed by the wild. Behind each stanza was delicacy emerging from the innate. You read my soul, my very heart. You used for your gains. Little did I know then, I gained too. You served your purpose. You forced my hand to pen what became that poem, and every poem after that too. I know you didn't read to the end, where I wrote her in as a brave heroine, a fierce warrior, a poetess of magical beauty. My pen, my fiction, my poem. I became that poem. I became Valerie Lorraine.
All right.
Thank you.
She became Valley
That yin
Lorraine.
and yang thing you did in there, yeah.
Yeah, that definitely was on.
Thank
out
you.
there. Out there. All right. Return back to Versatile Vixen.
All right. So, this is a poem that I just put on my page. It's got a lot of good feedback. It was tossed up between two, so I'm going with this one. It's called Dear Daddy. Dear Daddy, I wish I didn't take it personally that you decided to abandon me, but the truth is, I always wonder why. Why would someone do such a thing? The first time you saw me, you said goodbye. You looked at me in the hospital on my birthday, said she's not mine, and walked away. I'll never forgive you for saying those words that day. At 33, I got my answers through ancestry. I found some cousins at first. One showed me a picture of you, and in it, I saw myself. You're my heartless twin, one that I'll never get a chance to know. Even though your blood flows in my veins, I literally carry your DNA. And sometimes I wish it wasn't the case, because I never got to wear that little pink dress and attend the daddy-daughter dance, all because you couldn't keep it in your pants. You spread your seed far and wide. Then when it came time to face your truth, you decided to run and hide, leaving several of us lost little kids wondering where our daddy is. With you, there were no fishing trips, no going for a hike, flying a kite, teaching me how to ride a bike or how to change a tire. Those things that a daughter desires. You didn't teach me what love looks like. You taught me that I wasn't worthy of your time. And now that your family knows about me, I know they're talking about the things you did. And when you friended me on Facebook, I wanted to say, hi, I'm your abandoned kid. But I waited to see if you'd make the first move. And you didn't. So instead of giving you access to my life, I removed you from mine like you did 37 years ago. And that's that piece.
Wow.
Wow.
Mm.
Very
So
deep.
heartfelt.
So expressive.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible lines.
I'm
Incredible.
like,
Oh,
you know what I mean? I have two
At the
daughters, and
base.
I'm like, oh my gosh.
oh, Vixen.
Sorry.
Ooh.
That was very expressive piece.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Dope.
Definitely.
Dope.
I'd like to ask a question. I would like to know, I know that we run in a very healthy poetry community, and I'm wondering how the connections that you made in the poetry community have helped you as a writer.
Whew. Going back to the piece that I just did, actually, let's talk about that. The Poet Has Spoken performed on the Poets Playground last Monday, and seeing his piece about his father being absent out of his life. I had started this poem and I couldn't finish it. I couldn't bring myself to do it, but I know that it has to go in the book that I'm writing because it's basically telling my story. My heart on display is literally like everything that I've gone through as a person up until now. And so I was like, I have to finish this piece. And when I saw his performance, I was like, holy crap, this is it. And I went and I finished it in a matter of 10 minutes. It was done. So just little things like that, and running in the erotic, part of the community, it's allowed me to express myself. We look down on women being sexual, and I think, it just gives us the ability to, own that sensuality part of being a woman and the femininity, and like, yeah, we're here too, we like that too, and it's okay. And just in general, being able to talk about the things that people, they're scared to talk about, and we're all going through the same things and we don't realize it. So
It is. It's very true. Ja?
mute.
You're muted.
Sorry, guess I wasn't supposed to say that. No, in all honesty, and so I was disabled out of work, 10 years ago, and I started this journey within that time span, and it was not a good vibe for me with the poetry community that I was around here. And so I had to create my own lane. And so meeting other poets outside of here, hiring them, booking them to come in and out of town, actually began that process to make more sense to me. I thought there would be more camaraderie here, but it was not. And I've learned in the poetry community abroad is very cliquish. You find those that love everybody and those that only like to see something on the stage. And so I have a lot of mixed feelings with what I've been exposed to, more in the competition realm. And so competition poets, slam poets, however you want to call them, is a different vibe from those and poets who call themselves page poets, right? There's a genuinity in that area. In the other area, it's all about competition. And that should say enough of it for me, so.
Thank you for that. I didn't say too much for when the versatile vixen when you answered, because I wanted to see the juxtapose or the similarities between your answers, because I know that we run mostly in the same community. So I just wanted to see that. But yeah, it's incredible the experiences that we have and the people that we meet and how they affect us. I'm interested to hear the same through Sista and King, because I know that from my experience, I'll just throw this in. I've met a multitude of people, and I consider there's luckily more of the community, as opposed to there is an anti-community as well. But the community is full and lush of talent, and most of them are extremely beautiful people and are very generous with their time and their words and their kindness. And there's just so many connections out there that we've made personally. And I know it's true for everybody, but I love to hear it, and I think it's important for those watching us too. So, Sista King.
Okay. I've I don't know. I've been doing poetry for a very long time. My very first performance, I just kind of like jumped out the window. I'm in the Philadelphia area, and my first performance outside of church, because I was born and raised in a church, um, was at a restaurant called Warm Daddies, and I met some people there, but I didn't really stay connected. And I ended up meeting King. And when I met King, it just kind of like really took off. The producer, Q, he really, even yourself, you guys have really, over the past couple of months that I've been a part or involved with Poetry Corner, um, has been very influential. I've been writing since I was 12. I received a lot of awards for doing my poetry, but it was something that was something, I just used to journal. I would stay to myself. I would, play music here and there. And like I said, when I came into this sector with you guys, it really, really thrusted me forward, out of my comfort zone. Because my comfort zone is performing at church, but it's like Peter walking on water at this point. I have to get out of the boat. I have to get out of my comfort zone. I have to walk on water now. And I thank you guys for this platform for me to really, flourish, because I just felt like it was just, I have all my journals literally sitting right here, all 7 of them, that I have written in since 96 up until now. So I thank you guys for this platform. And I hope that my words, my performances, touch and heal somebody.
Definitely.
It's a beautiful
Yes.
community. Very
Yes.
well.
Oh, you waiting on me?
Yes, it's
Yeah.
on you.
You.
I just can't get away from y'all. Get out. Since we started Poetry Corner, I've connected with a lot of different poets who have come on the show and just for me vibing, even ones on IG, along with the Epiphany family. So I feel blessed to have opened up this show since 2020 and still relevant, right now, 2023. You know what I'm saying? So God is good on that channel and station. Excuse me. I've learned from a lot of different poets, to come outside of my comfort zone, even since putting my first book out in 2017. So I've come a long way. So I'm still 10 toes down. So I have much appreciation for all the poets that come through. And even if they haven't come through, I've still connected with a lot of them, whether IG, the Epiphany family, or in the Let's Talk community. So I feel blessed to even be in the wake of everybody that's here on the podium right now. So yeah, it's a beautiful feeling. You know what I'm saying? Live life, to the fullest. Like I said, 10 toes down. You know what I mean? Much love and respect to Valerie, Sister Monet, Jai, and also you, Vixen, for coming through tonight. Word. So how you want to take this here, Valerie? Last round?
Yeah, I was just going to ask if we got a time for one last round, and
Yeah,
then
we can get that through.
Okay, and we can ask everybody, all the poets, to stay in the room after the credits roll for a few minutes.
Right.
All right.
All right. Where were we going?
I think that we heard from Ja. I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry, I got lost. I've got a little bit going on in the room.
Okay. Okay, Vixen has spit that piece, right? I think we on Ja. Am I right?
You know what? I actually believe that we finished all of the personal pieces and that we're starting again. So that's
All right.
what we are. I seen some nods when I came to that.
All right, let's spin the block then. Vixen.
Okay. So this one comes with a trigger warning. It is about suicidal thoughts. So just let that sit there. Uh, all right. So this one's called On the Edge. As I sit on the edge of my bed with a 9mm in my hand, I had a conversation with myself, and this is what I said. Don't pull the trigger. The coolness of steel against your flesh is a reminder that you are still alive. Know that, like the tide, these moments will come and go. You've been strong for so long, and you have so much more room to grow. If you feel the need to cry more, then stop holding back the tears. Like a river, let them flow. Be patient with yourself, little star. You usually shine so bright. Others can't help but to see your light. They're attracted to your peace. So don't be silent in your struggles. This is not the way to be free. Please, I'm begging you not to do it. God knows you're going through it, but your strength is greater than your pain. And I'd rather you complain than take something you can't regain. Do not silence yourself with the barrel of this piece. Scream, shout, by all means, let it all out. And when you're done, I'll hold you. We'll figure this shit out and straighten your crown. But first, you've got to put the gun down. And that's that piece.
My goodness.
Yes.
Mm.
Thank you. Thank you for that piece.
Lord, beautiful.
I want you to never not share that piece.
Seriously.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's so
That's
much that somebody can get from that.
yeah.
Thank you. I have it on my Instagram page, and it's paired with an Adele song called "Hold On," and it's actually it's the song that partially saved my life that night. So
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
that's what's up.
Beautiful.
I've
So
got a-
happy.
Love your
I'm
life.
glad you're here. You're
Yeah.
still here. You know what I mean? Shit.
Gorgeous.
Coach Smalls.
All right. I've got a tattoo marking my last and final, you know what I mean? Like, nah, it can't happen again. And I made mark of that. So every time I see it, it's on my forearm. So when you get frustrated, you know, one of the things people always do is what? I can't take it. Guess what? Every time I do it, I have "Ja Just Live" written on my arm right here. So I forget. And so thank you for that piece.
definitely.
I'm going to read a piece from my latest poetry book on compassion. All the poems are written about homeless awareness, and it's actually people I've actually met and had a conversation with are embedded in these poems. It's not like I just stood off from the sideline. So these are kind of personal poems. I am not sure if there was a full moon on this day, or the orange sky curtained the 5 o'clock traffic. All I remember was his face, the eyes that claimed God's spirit without a voice. I remember the way his hands hung like soup bowls at the ends of his wrists, and from where I stood, I could see last night's teardrops crusted against his smile. Sleep hadn't found him easy, you can tell by the luggage and the dark halos hiding his pupils hostage. I would say the same for his companion, the friend with her head cushioned against whatever belonging she had. But she laid still, like an infant treasure, tucked against mother's first promise. I've passed this corner for a time, a long time. The same cardboard boxes and empty beer cans lining the red bricks. And the hardest part is turning away, pretending I, like everyone else, cannot feel my pulse. When walking past a human, skin crushed between soiled clothing and crusted concrete, how can a smile find its space? Claim a spirit filled with nothing but wonder and maybes, hoping a better day means warm bread and something soft to coat an empty stomach. I've passed this block a number of times. Remember the tan colors and the matching plastic bags and the plastic spoon used to slurp the $1 egg drop soup he loved to bring her. I've known love a time before, bigger than first dates and wedding bells, those that never felt divorce, or high school sweethearts that find tomorrow morning on the same pillows. Some only know love on a big screen. Pictured through someone else's imagination, I seen love at first sight, standing on this corner, passing the same couple every day for years until they were no more. I'm not I'm not sure if it was a full moon or the day the orange sky curtained the 5 o'clock traffic. All I know is that I saw love and two hearts who lived love on much more than bread and water alone.
Coach Jaw. Wow.
Wow, give that man an applause.
Wow.
Applause. Yeah.
That book is absolutely incredible. Have you promoted your book here tonight? Because I'd like you to do so.
I don't think I did, but
Let us know where we can find it. You know what I
yes,
mean?
it is on Amazon. As all my books is on Amazon. It's $15 on Amazon. You can search Josh Smalls on Compassion or Josh Smalls author, and all of my books will appear. That's the latest book I have. I have 5 books, poetry books,
All right.
on there now, and yeah, that book.
BK, stand up.
BK all day, baby.
Definitely worth picking up one of this gentleman's books. Highly rated poet. Fantastic works, and that book on compassion. I've been privy to some of the pieces, and they are just outstanding, as is all his work. And
That's what's up.
definitely go and search that out. Josh Smalls on Amazon.
That's right. Oh man. All right. This piece I title is Cool No Flatline. On my last day of writing, it was frightening around Titans. They took away my lightning. Now I'm in a lane reciting. Audio recording will come to mind, no memory. Enhance my energy, I have a gift that God sent to me. Place words together as are pieces placed in puzzles. Connected, banded with others, an invisible huddle. Lying out the cage after resting inside a habitat. Without a mic check, attack the track. Hello, King is back. Didn't go away, just stepped into a wave of shit. While all enjoy favorites, I was working on cadences. Lyrical exercise never died, I'm just old school. Same fools that ask you are the same that already knew. Reopened my Bible, started back hitting the scriptures. My communion is shots of brandy, that high end liquor. Spit slicker, real dope and flying, catch the beat good. I adapt to environments that I can live in while chilling in any neighborhood. King.
Man, I wish I could rhyme. I just can't rhyme. The only rhyme I got is like a battle. It's like a battle poem and stuff. It's not like.
Nah, I feel you, bro. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Dope.
Thank you.
Sister, you got a piece for us?
Yeah. This one was inspired by a sermon from my pastor. Protect this house. Lord, you blessed me to obtain this space, dwell in this place, bind out the enemy as he comes to steal, kill, and deface. Lord, let this body be a temple of dignity and not iniquity, as I desire to have your presence dwelling here richly. Lord, dispatch your angels to guard over this domain like your blood stain over doors, let death pass by. I need your protection to remain. Father, renovate and restore this residence, that these walls be coated in your presence, that the foundation be the evidence that you abide here as I desire to walk on holy ground, that this house be wired and built on the cornerstone as the connectivity never fails. Be the spark of righteousness that heats the home with the Holy Ghost fire, that that you be the brick and mortar, having the ability to endure any storm that life may bring. Let this pavilion be under the shadow of the Almighty. Father, you are the deed of this property. I pay the tithes, and you remove all manner of evil. I desire to be, I desire to get my house in order, fortify this house, and fill the temple. I don't desire my house to be built by hands, but by yours, Father, because you are the landlord.
Do you know that that's an altar call? No, no, sir. Like you should,
No,
if
I'm
you're
not
an
laughing like
organ
that.
player,
I'm
right,
just
and
saying.
get your organ player to get that going, like that is an altar call. Like you should. Oh my God.
I believe it or not, I have a lot of musicians in my life. My mother is an organist. My cousin is an organist. I play the drums. My aunt plays the guitar and the piano. So we have a lot of talents within our bloodline. And I just learned a couple of weeks ago that my grandmother, who is in Tobago, she's deceased, but she was a writer. And it's just been a fulfilling past 2 months. Like just writing in general has been fulfilling, but to really get in tune and then find out that it's in your DNA, because you know everybody in my family has music, but I'm like the only one that kind of has the writing. But my aunt, she writes songs. But it's just been, it's been so amazing. Like my spirit is so full. I'm bubbling with it
That's
all.
what's up.
Yes.
It's always lovely when we can find the talent that runs through our bloodlines, and it's
Indeed.
just kind of fulfilling to know that it's uniquely ours.
Yeah,
It was
same here.
passed down
I
to
mean,
us.
yeah, I come from a gigantic background of people that sing, play instruments, they harmonize, everything. I
Yes.
guess that's where I get my gift from. Sorry, Ma, it didn't come from your side. But yeah, that's what's up though. To find that out though, you know what I mean. So here we got the showstopper, the show
Okay.
closer, Valerie LeBlanc.
Okay. Well, let me see. I'm gonna read this piece that I've never read before, actually,
Okay.
and it is called "The Prayer." Last night, I closed my eyes, hit my pillow hard as I lay me down to sleep. It brought back thoughts I didn't want again. I stepped out of my comfort zone, this little part of the land I call home, created some adventures in hopes of love, jumped over the border to be with that man. That's how it started. How it ended was with his hands bruising my body, if I should die before I wake. But not before he maneuvered all kinds of atrocities, things I never thought I would let anyone do to me. Too naive to perceive I'd meet someone capable. Now I do have blame. I let it go on. Thought love would be enough to fix him. It was merely the smallest band-aid you could find in the package. He thought my soul was his to take. I pray the Lord my soul to take. It wasn't just my soul he wanted. It was me caring for him, validating his need for love and adoration. I lost time, and most importantly, dignity. It was providing a home. Over time, I lost money. I lost valuables. Give us this day and our daily bread. I helped him through his darkest days, helping to manage his health, recovering after being shot, during the trauma of healing and losing body parts because of disease. But still, he lied to me, about me, cheated, stole, manipulated. Took me a long time to catch on. When I did, it changed me, made me deeply contemplate what I was actually capable of doing to someone. Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive the others for what they have done to us. I needed counseling for the trauma of being attacked when I ended the relationship. Took months for the chicken of a chick to not experience near terror walking through a doorway. longer still to trust anyone. What they say, what their intention is for me, if they're telling me about the truth about who they really are. Not sure if I will ever lose that part. But as I grieve, as I heal, as I rebuild my routines, my home, my body, I started to become a temple unto myself. For thine is the kingdom. I gained something very special. I found myself. I found deeper gratitude for life. I found my roots. I'm talking about the things that ground me in my own self. I found self-love, the power and the glory. I have been changed in ways I needed. Coming out of my comfort zone proved to be powerful, life-changing, even miraculous, really. I wouldn't want to ever do it again, but I am proud of myself for the journey and still loving in gratitude, still growing and changing. I found my writing during that time, grew into cherishing every moment with it. Now I am loving my life forever and ever. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Yes. I love it.
All right.
How
Love
brave.
it.
Oh my God. Yeah. Woo.
Thank you.
Mm. Now I'm gonna be up all night writing because of y'all.
Good. There is no greater accolade than you can
Hey
do.
man,
Yes, that is the purpose.
your presence is already felt up in the squad, man. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Salute on that. You know what I mean?
Salute,
Word. And Vixen, you definitely came through tonight with yours on that. So you know what I'm saying? If
Repping
you
the
did
South.
Semonite, you know what I mean? Sis Monet, you already know. You know what I mean? Like
Thank you.
Valerie, you always on your game. So hey.
Thank you.
And King, salute.
Like,
Yes.
Mama, we made it.
I would just like to say in closing, if I may, once again, I would love to thank Quentin Ford, our producer, for everything he does behind the scenes and all the work he does
Indeed.
before and after the show to get
Thanks.
us here and to get us to the end of another great show. To our guests, can't thank you enough for your amazing talent and sharing your time with us. Sorry for the background noise tonight.
So good.
And
It's
to
life.
my co-hosts, it's always a pleasure.
True
To everybody
facts.
out in Poetry Land and YouTube Land, thank you so much for spending the time with us, whether you were live or in replay. Please do hit the like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Thank you.
Indeed.
Peace.